Hey guys, Ashir here. Before this video gets started, just wanted to let you guys know this was originally intended to be a reaction video similar to what we did for Take Care and the JIT album. However, we ran into some pretty big issues with the recordings where a lot of our mic audio was lost during the actual reaction portions. So we had to kind of scrap a lot of that and rework this into more of a, I guess, track by track review. So we've kept the parts where we discuss the songs in between the actual reaction portions, and we've just kind of sped up the actual reaction parts. Really sorry about that. This is not the first time we've had some technical difficulties. Yeah, hopefully you guys still enjoy this video. Connor and I had a great time listening to this album, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Damn, this is condensating like crazy. Look at this.
Sponsored by Coke.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Side B. I'm Ashir.
I'm Connor.
Today we're going to be listening to Discovery by Daft Punk.
Yes, so this is one of my favorite albums of all time. I genuinely love everything about it, top to bottom. I believe that this album has a lot more historical context than people give it credit for. I think there's a lot of through lines you could draw from this album to a lot of contemporary music, specifically, electronic and even hip-hop. And it's also pretty famous because it introduced the robots.
Yeah.
So, can't really complain about that. Before we start, I wanted to give you a gift. But in order for you to earn it, I wanted you to answer a quiz question for me.
Oh, okay.
So, by the way, he doesn't know this is happening. I've been telling him
Yeah.
I have a bit planned, and he doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, I have no idea what's about to happen.
So, this artist lost their sponsorship with a famous shoe brand due to questionable lyrics.
Rick Ross.
Yes. So, I was exploring and meandering
You didn't even know it. I'm sorry.
and I got you Rick Ross's The Street Catalog, the official mixtape, known for its songs Bitch That Could Hold Me Down, Can't Stand a Hoe, Fuck You With Your Shoes On.
Does this have the song on it?
No,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think so. It might. Frankly, I have never heard this album. Thug Fizzle and Real Thugs Need Love Too.
Oh my
And this is for you, little Uzi.
Alright. Hell yeah, man.
It's for the wall.
Yeah, that's gonna go.
I hope you're overjoyed about that. I was excited to give it to you.
I was not expecting that.
No, but that's for you.
How old? What year was it? 2006. Holy shit.
For context, I was killing some time today, and I went to a record store. And this CD was bought from a Borders bookstore. Now, you may know Borders because it's been out of
Borders, holy
business
shit.
for a significant amount of time.
Yeah.
But it had the Borders stickers on it, and I bought it because I thought it'd be funny, considering what Rick Ross said on Take Care and our reaction to it. Hope
Thank you.
enjoy your gift.
Much better than what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
The bag over my.
Oh, by the way, he thought I was gonna put a bag over his head.
Because I saw him walk over with like a bunch of cloth. I thought it was a bag. Like
I had it wrapped in my hoodie to not show it to him, and he thought I was gonna put it over his head or something.
I was
sick.
trying to think like a Daft Punk related bit, something about helmets or something. I don't know.
You're sick. You're a sick man with sick thoughts.
But yeah, I'm excited to get into this. I've heard a couple of Daft Punk songs before. From this album, I've heard Aerodynamic, One More Time. I think that's it, actually. I've heard a couple songs from Random Access Memories. I love the soundtrack they did for Tron Legacy. It's really good. And obviously their collaborations with The Weeknd are amazing. So
Legendary.
yeah, I'm excited to get into this. Starting off with a bang, One More Time.
I mean, obviously, it's iconic.
Yeah, yeah.
Hard to really add anything to the general opinion of this song.
Yeah, I had no idea this was like the opener of the album. That's crazy that like
It's fire.
one of the most like iconic and famous songs from them in general is the start of this. So yeah, that makes me very excited for the rest of this.
I find it really important to note that both of them have like an extensive background in rock music as well and rock instrumentation before we go into Aerodynamic because I mean obvious reasons, but these two are just so fucking talented.
Oh yeah, that just like the that sample, it's so catchy and like
It's infectious.
fun. Yeah,
It's one of those things that gets stuck in your head.
yeah. Next up, we got track 2, Aerodynamic. Fun fact: I kinda knew how to play this on guitar. Kinda.
I looked up, like, I was just curious if it was a actual guitar that was heavily edited or like a keyboard that was made to sound kind of like guitar. Allegedly, it was an actual guitar, which is really cool.
For the solo or like
The solo.
dun, dun. Yeah, the solo I could tell was a real guitar. It's the main like part of the beat, that sample.
I don't think it's guitar.
Yeah, because it's too like robotic in how it's moving. It's really hard to play.
If one of our viewers wants to
Yeah.
correct us, if we have anyone that's an expert in this album,
Yeah.
it would be appreciated.
Just for context, what I was referencing was in high school in guitar class, we had to record ourselves playing a song in a group project, and for some reason, we immediately chose Aerodynamic, and it sounded awful. We had to completely scrap it and do it with a Rolling Stones song, but yeah, great song though. Next up, we got track 3, Digital Love.
For context, this is my favorite song.
Digital Love was a banger.
Yeah, Digital Love is...
real chill. I really like the keys.
The guitar solo is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to really overstate how amazing this album is. Instrumentation, just top to bottom, outstanding.
Yep.
Realistically, Daft Punk, I will say, are probably the greatest samplers of all time. I think Kanye's bum ass could not hold a lighter to what they did.
Damn, really?
They did.
Even old Kanye?
Even old Kanye. Old Kanye would not be shit without Daft Punk.
That is true.
Why do you think he could lap with them?
Yeah. Literally the next song we're about to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. We got track 4 next. Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. I don't think I've heard this full song before. I've only heard, like, the chunks that Kanye used, like, in sample breakdowns.
Yeah. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
They make Kanye look like a little bitch. Like, let's be real here.
I don't know about that one, but...
I'm being so for real. They wash Kanye West in any sampling battle.
He said it, not me.
It's true. I mean,
When this track started and their vocals first came in, I'm not gonna lie, I was slightly worried and disappointed because they had that gap between like each like set of words, and I'm used to hearing the sample where it's just like it's just going right, but the progression of their vocals on the song is what makes it like so good. Like they start picking up speed, they start going harder, better, faster, stronger, and then at the end their vocals are just going crazy. It turns into an instrument by itself. Like the way they start pitching their vocals there and starting like a guitar for a moment, like that's crazy.
I've got to restate for the people. This album came out in 2001.
Yeah.
Nobody was doing shit this good.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Anyways, track 5, Crescendolls.
All right, let's go. I don't know about that one.
That's crazy you just said that.
Yeah.
That's the shit they should have had playing over Mon Mothma's wedding in Andor. Oh god. They could have had that shit bumping.
The way the sample came in, I liked how like weird it sounded. It sounded kind of like Fever Dreamish. I don't know why this one felt repetitive to me. I like the little breakdown in the middle with like the like record swipes and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I think that might be my least favorite of the 5 so far.
I'm not super well versed in the Daft Punk lore, but when they were going through the like rollout process of this album, they created like a whole film in a like anime style, and the kind of story followed, I believe, a group of aliens that came to Earth and started a band, and the name of that band was Crescendolls. So the reason it sounds so kind of funky and off is it's like aliens kind of replicating the human electronic style. So watch the video someday. It's really good.
Yeah, I did see like on Apple Music it shows some of the videos. I noticed they're like anime.
I forget who animated it, but it's a very famous like Japanese director.
It's from like the stills. It looks very legit, so
yeah.
I'm definitely interested to check that out afterwards. Yeah, that brings us to track 6, Nightvision.
Beautiful little interlude.
Yeah,
It doesn't do anything too crazy, but if you were to listen to this album, like no pauses, after getting that run, you kind of need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that is 5 extraordinarily high energy songs.
Yeah.
And then this is kind of like your come to mellow.
Little break. Before.
Little palate cleanse, we'll call it.
Yeah.
And it's like definitely needed as you'll see. Like, the palate cleanse is kind of it numbs you back, so when they come back and punch, it hurts a little more. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
If that's the case, I'm gonna actually bring it back like 10 seconds, then let it ride right into track number 7, Superheroes. Dude, that was awesome.
yeah.
I really loved the instrumental on that one. Like, it was so good, especially the outro. It reminded me, it sounded like video game music from it. Like, it really reminded me of like Sonic soundtracks that I've heard before. Kind of reminded me of the work they did on Tron also, but like, you know, much more like lighthearted sounding. But yeah, no, that was great.
I'm kind of catching on that you're like a TikTok baby of electronic instrumentals. You like it changing. You like it, you know, evolving constantly. You don't like to sit with a loop. You like to have it, you know, build. Which is the same way I am.
I get in like electronic music, if you have like a really, really good beat, you got to keep it going.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, after a certain point, there needs to be some sort of switch up. And for the most part, they've been doing that. These haven't gone still. I think track 5 was like the only one where like they barely had any sort of switch up or addition like to the beat. But
yeah.
All right, track number 8, High Life. Yeah, those pretty solid.
It's funny listening to this album, and like the weaker tracks are still another producer's best track ever.
Yeah, this one kind of has that issue that I had with Crescendolls, where it's like a little repetitive, but I just like the general vibe of this song better, so it worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it reminds me of like some video game soundtracks I've heard before, so I really do like the overall sound of that one. So yeah.
Every time I keep glazing Daft Punk, I'm sorry, but this is like such a good album. It's really easy to see why Daft Punk is like your favorite producer's favorite producer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you can see where influence is taken by like a Pharrell or a Kanye and just taken to different genres and applied. But this formula, for it to have like come out when it did, kind of, I don't want to say towards the end of electronics popularity or like the middle of it, but like it was an innovation.
Yeah, definitely. Because like I'm thinking of like other music from this era, and this definitely would have stood out like a lot.
Yeah.
And it still stands out today.
And there's not many albums that can like go from 2001 to 2025 and still sound fresh.
Yeah, let's keep it rolling with track number 9, Something About Us. That might be a runner-up for like best track for me so far. Like One More Time and Nightvision and Digital Love, they all kind of had it, but that one, man, I love the instrumental on that.
You can see who listened to that song. Like, that's like a quintessential. You could take that track today and put Drake on it, and it would sound good.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
A lot of artists I could hear on this. It's so good too, because usually I really am not a fan of like vocoded vocals. I think they kind of sound cringe like 80% of the time. I'm really sorry, Anna, but I hate the Living Tombstone so much. He sounds awful. I can't stand those vocals.
Mom and dad are fighting. I'm scared.
Daft Punk, they use it. I don't know why it works when they do it. It works a lot of the time because it's electronic music, so naturally, like electronic sounding vocals will fit better. But this was just like chill guitar and bass and keys. It was very low key, but even in the beginning when they were singing, it still fit like decently well. It didn't stand out or anything.
My theory behind that is that a lot of like voco artists do it a lot in their albums, and it gets to a point where you kind of like hit the wall of if it sounds human or not, and it gets kind of annoying. But you know when he's saying something, he has some shit to say. So it comes in and it's fresh, it's like palatable. You're not 6 songs deep hearing the same voco voice.
Yeah.
Like he said, probably like a minute worth of stuff on this album.
Yeah, definitely. They'll either repeat a line a bunch of times or they'll say like a little bit and then just let the track breathe afterwards, and I think that works really well. Yeah, track 10, Voyager. Another great one.
Yeah. No, it's paced beautifully. It feels like you're, on a spaceship, kind of cruising.
Yeah.
Voyaging, perhaps.
Track 11, Veridis Quo? Is it Quo? Is that right?
I mean, looks like it.
Alright.
Is that song not gorgeous?
Yeah. That's another fantastic one on there, man.
So, I figured I should have told this before. This is a concept album.
I could kinda tell, but I hadn't really, like, pieced it together yet.
I mentioned those, like, animated shorts.
Yep.
There is a whole movie about this album called Interstellar 555.
Is that the animated short, like?
It's kind of like a collective.
Okay.
But, there's a concept. I don't know, I'm not super well versed on it. I never dove into it. But the album's themes are like, I know childhood's a big one. And, I never put it into context. I looked up what that means, and it's like a rough translation of like, where are you going? And when you put it like that, and you put it next to the theme of childhood, it's kind of giving like that first instrumental, like you said, it's old school, it's nostalgic, and then slowly but surely they keep adding in these electronic instrumentals, and eventually the whole song becomes this like childish combination of everything that they do. So I don't know if I'm overlooking this, but I feel like it's kind of the like watching the child grow up.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like a theme of exploration tied into all of it also, just because it's called Discovery and there's a track called Voyager on there.
Absolutely.
And even this sounds like
they're robots,
an
and
adventure.
Crescendolls is about aliens who come to Earth. It's very space centric, you know.
Yeah.
But that's kind of just my take on it. I don't know if I'm tweaking or not.
Definitely something I'm interested to look into.
Such a good song.
Yeah.
We're final stretch.
Yeah. Track 12, Short Circuit. That's the shit your computer hears when you shut it down incorrectly.
Again, just going off of my crackpot theories, I've always kind of like felt the vibes of this song where they're like taking their helmet off for the first time, and that's kind of why it leads into Face to Face.
You said it was like aliens visiting Earth, right?
You can interpret a lot of different ways. I am speaking like literally of the Daft Punk robots, even though they're technically robots. Like there's masks, there's like robot iconography, helmet iconography, alien iconography, various kind of things that are not entirely human, whether that be of their own design or what. But I feel like, again, the whole album's about growing up, and I think regardless of what kind of helmet or mask or whatever you use, this is like the moment where you take it off in that like scary couple minutes when you're fully completely yourself for the first time. And that's kind of when it breaks down. I think like way too deep about music. You know what I mean?
I think it's always cool when with stuff like this, which like someone might just like, well, it's like, oh, it's just electronic music.
Yeah.
Has like that deeper edge to it. And just based off what I've seen of like some of their music videos and the stills I'm seeing here and everything you've described, they clearly made this with some of that in mind.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
I like to find meaning in things that may not even necessarily have meaning. 'Cause I feel like when you're listening to music, this is something that somebody spent a significant amount of their life on. And just to treat it as if it's like a thing that's just for your enjoyment and not a work of art is not doing it enough credit.
Yeah.
And like for a lot of my life, I mentioned to you earlier, I was not like a big electronic fan. So I always felt it was like kind of like, you know, boring and not really interesting. But I think when I kind of fell in love with rap and started listening to rap critically, that kind of opened my eyes to how to enjoy other albums. Good song though.
No, definitely. The way it came in was great, and then that whole like breakdown, like
Yeah.
like that should sound unpleasant, but it didn't. It sounded like it was like a smooth death. Like it just sounded. It sounded.
The life support.
Yeah, like it sounded great still though. I think the fact that the drums kept up with it,
Yeah.
and just kept the rhythm going, that kind of makes it work a lot. But
For sure.
yeah.
So all like the lore and stuff that I've been speaking about has led up to this song.
Face to face. Yeah.
Do you want the breakdown beforehand, or do you want to listen to it and then break it down?
I think I want to listen to it first.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go. Face to face.
All right, track 13. Another contender for best song. Yeah.
This is not Digital Love is my favorite. I think Face to Face is their magnum opus.
Yeah.
This song is so good. You said you heard it, right?
Thought it did. I feel like I've heard some of that like sample chop before, but I never heard like the full song, or I never heard the whoever's, I don't, do you know who's singing on here?
Don't know the name.
Whoever it is, I've never heard their part before, but
It could just be one of them. I don't actually know.
nope, it's Todd Edwards.
Hi, Todd.
Todd did a good job.
I think it's just unbelievable, top to bottom. Like, who the fuck does this?
Yeah.
Like, what sick fuck does this? Bring 70 alleged samples into the studio.
They must have. I really want to know. I don't know if they've ever talked about it, but if they brought in all those samples for this session, for this song, or they were like collecting chops this whole time and threw them together, like eventually, I'd be curious to know. If it was all gathered for this song, that's absolutely insane.
What I read was that they were prepared for this studio session.
Studio session for this song.
Allegedly. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what I read. I think it was on like Genius or something, but absolutely unbelievable, you know, sampling, the skill, the music, the artistry of it. It's just beautiful. Now we're on the final track, Too Long, which, as you'll note, is 10 minutes long.
Hey, it can't be as long as that fucking J. Cole song that we just heard.
Yeah, we're prepping for the draft series to go with a matchup, and one of the albums is 2014 Forest Hill Drive.
Yeah, and I was actually listening to it for like the very first time, and we got to the last track, which is, what was it called, Notes or something?
Some shit.
Yeah, and it was just 13 minutes of J. Cole just yapping. I mean, to be fair, you know, it's cool that he's giving credits to all these people, but at a certain point, he was just yapping. He started making
Hill.
up scenarios at the end, like Jonah Hill.
He got bored.
Yeah.
Anyways, Too Long.
Yeah. Let's go. All right. Well, that was Too Long.
I think if you get in the groove of it, it goes pretty quick. But it is probably too long.
Yeah.
Just a little.
When it started, I was into it, but I won't lie.
Roman Anthony.
When he first came in and started like kind of like harmonizing with himself, I was like, he sounds way too loud. Like compared to the like in the mix. Like I don't know why he sounds like way too loud to me. As the track kind of continued and he started like, and then got into it, it fit better. But
He's just happy.
yeah,
He's full.
yeah,
We need it.
yeah.
That
I don't know.
feeling.
I don't know. I think it. Yeah, it's a little too long and kind of drawn out. It's not a bad like groove at all, but
You're right.
yeah.
Listen, buddy, label wanted an hour.
Huh?
They wanted an hour. Label wanted an hour.
Yeah.
If when Frank Ocean scans the label, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, I've made my thoughts abundantly clear throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, this was pretty damn good. What I wasn't expecting was a variety of sounds on this album. Like, I'd heard One More Time and Aerodynamic before, and parts of like Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. Those songs, a lot in both like the samples they use and the vocals, just like the general sound, have that like crushed electronic sound, and I was expecting that throughout the entire album, and which would have been fine. I really like that sound, and they do it really well on those songs. But we got a lot of like, there were a lot of chill moments with tracks like Nightvision and Veridis Quo. Lots of use of guitars that sounded like really clean. Some like really upbeat, like very full sounding, like dance beats that were really great. I don't think it's like perfect all the way through. Like I already said, like Crescendolls is kind of a skip for me. Too Long is too long. But no, other than that, this was pretty solid. This definitely would you can see I have an instrumentals folder right here. This is the type of album that would go in there for sure. Something to listen to while I like work and stuff.
So in the tradition of what we're doing with these videos, or rather what I've been doing, give it a number ranking.
Oh, number ranking on first listen. 8?
Strong 8?
Pretty strong 8, yeah.
Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah.
You can guess what I would give this album.
10?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I can see why. And I feel like this is also the type of album where after repeated listens, the spots that I didn't care for as much would probably grow on me, as well. But
It's definitely like an album listen, but Crescendolls is a lot less boring when it's just randomly in a playlist. You know what I mean?
I
If you're
can
listening to
see
stuff
that, yeah.
and you flip it up with that, because you're coming off of like, go back up, look at the songs before it.
Yeah, it's very different.
You're getting 4 of like the best songs ever made, maybe Hyperbolic, and then Crescendolls, which is a good song, maybe even a great song, but you're coming off some goats.
No, but yeah, really good album. I'm glad I listened to it. I definitely hear what you say in terms of like, this clearly was influential to a lot of producers and a lot of artists that we know and love today. And it definitely stands the test of times, like 25 almost years later, and it still sounds like it could have come out today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not much else to say there.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this one, let us know. Leave a like, subscribe. If you want to listen to more Daft Punk, I haven't listened to Random Access Memories in its whole. Have you?
Yeah.
You have? Okay. Well, if you want us to do that one too, then let
I
us
am
know.
A-okay listening to it again.
Yeah. Any other albums or artists you'd like us to check out, let us know. And yeah, we'll see you
Literally,
next time.
if you comment an album, we will listen to it. That is like where we're at right now.
Especially right now when we have no one commenting. If we see one comment asking for something, you hold a lot of power right now.
You're getting it.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.